Hey Matt, how you doing? This is installment 3 of our video lesson experience here. What I thought maybe we'd do today is get into, we were talking, and I think by email you mentioned this a little bit, about being able to tie the G, B, and E triads together with the D, G, and B triads. So when we do that, then we start to get into what are essentially our chords. So like first inversion G, B, and E tied with a second inversion D, G, and B ends up being, and I'm doing a D chord here, so fingers 2, 3, and 4 at the 7th fret with my index finger on the high E. So that followed by, let's do this using G, D, E minor, C. So here's G, so 12th fret right here, 10th fret on my first finger, to what's essentially an F chord, but in this case it's a D. So just D based on placement, by the way. So, and then E minor. Have the 3rd finger on the 14th fret of the D string, and then 12th fret for the others. And the only difference between that and the E and the C chord at this point is adding the 2nd finger right here. So if you need any further diagrams for these or anything, please let me know and I can put something together and scan it and have it to you. So next, I thought since we were doing triads, we're kind of getting into arpeggio territory anyway. So I thought what we would do is start out doing the 6-string arpeggios. So what I'm doing, this is essentially forming a G chord. So what we're doing is, right now I'm at C, which is the 8th fret, low E string with my pinky. So what I'm doing in tablature speak is going 8, 7, 5, 5, 5, 8, 8. 8, 8, 5, 5, 5, 7, 8. And that forms a 6-string major triad, or major arpeggio, excuse me. So the minor is very similar, except instead of 7 on the A string, it's 6 on the A string, which is an E flat as opposed to an E. And then the 8th fret on the G string, and then 8, 8, 8. So there's that. So those are the 6-string arpeggios. So once again, to recap, major, and minor. So there you have it. Now 5th string, this kind of forms, if you can form like kind of a C chord shape, if you think of it this way, like your average everyday C chord, that's essentially what we're doing. So we're going, except we're doing it down here. So with that in mind, tablature wise, if we were doing 5th string major arpeggio, it would be 8, 7, 5, 6, 5, 8. So 5 and 8 on the same string. 8, 5, 6, 5, 7, 8. Then minor, once again in a similar fashion, except our next note, the 2nd note of it goes from a major 3rd to a minor 3rd, so A to A flat. And then once I use my 2nd finger at the 6th fret of the B string, and at that point my 1st finger kicks out to the 4th fret and then goes to the 8th fret. Both of those notes are on the high E string. that's minor. Once again, major 5th string. And that's minor 5th string. So now, what I'll do is go ahead and play the progression for you that we've been doing, the G, D, E minor, and C. Alright, so like I said, we're doing G, D, E minor, C. So I'm doing 5th string G to a 6th string D to a 6th string E minor to a we'll do C 6th string. Actually, I'm sorry, we'll do the E minor as a 5th string arpeggio, my bad. So 5th string G, darn it, sorry, to 6th string D, to E minor, 5th string, to C. What I like about arpeggios, before I begin, is that they're pretty foolproof. If you know the chord and know what you're playing over, then you can play the arpeggio or the triad and it's never going to sound bad. So once it sounds great, you can just kind of take it from there. So what I'm going to do is quarter notes and then go to 8th notes. So, sorry, 1, 2, ready, go. Now 8th notes. 1, 2, ready, go. So what I'm doing now is then I'm going to cut it off, so each arpeggio I'll only play 8th notes. What I mean, 8 8th notes. So it'll only be 8 of the notes, so the arpeggio won't come all the way back down. It'll get kind of cut off and I'll go on to the next one according to the metronome, the whole tempo thing. If we were in 4/4 time anyway. So 1, 2, ready, go. And there you have it. I suggest that besides doing this exercise, you apply these ideas to a song to your liking and see what happens, because the integration of this material into your own personal style and your own personal choice of music is definitely the payoff here. So